G'day and welcome. This is How To, a spotlight series for Heroes of the Storm. Please take note that this is an alpha spotlight, and I would like to state that all opinions and information shared throughout this video are subject to change. And with that, let's talk about how to Falstad, or as the Aussies like to call him, who is Falstad? Falstad Wildhammer, also going by the name of Falstad Dragon Reaver, being the High Thane of the Wildhammer clan. He and his griffin have been part of some interesting moments in Warcraft history. Moments such as fighting the final battle to free the great red dragon Alexstrasza at Grim Battal. Even being part of an oversight by the almighty Blizzard about his seat in the Council of the Three Hammers. BlizzCon 2010.
Isn't Falstad dead? From Day of the Dragon? No?
Which has since been corrected. Despite wild speculation, Falstad has never been dead, and anyone who claims such is a liar. This, of course, is a brief look at this mighty dwarf. For more information of this hero, there is a link in the description below. Falstad's role in the Nexus: damage, damage with barrel rolls, and more damage. Also great at repositioning very quickly. Being a ranged assassin in Heroes of the Storm, it is your job to remove the enemy's hit points as fast as you can. Sort of. Falstad is more suited in assisting with team battles, as he's very little in the way of CC or escape. Doesn't have the greatest of health totals, so he can be a tad on the squishy end, which leads to being easily killed if not careful. But when played well, Falstad can do some amazing things. Falstad's abilities: Hammerang. A skill shot ability where Falstad throws his hammer in a target direction, hitting all enemies in its path. Upon returning to Falstad, it will hit enemies again for more damage. This ability also comes with a 2-second, 25% slow. Note the path of the returning hammer can be changed by the movement of Falstad, which can come in handy for moving targets. Can be tricky to use, but does a solid chunk of damage. Thunderstorm. Being a passive with an active ability, passively, Thunderstorm will deal single target damage to random nearby enemies every 8 seconds. Just being near this flying battery can be trouble, and upon activating, it will shoot lightning at 4 nearby enemies at a much greater rate, which is great for minion waves and grouped up enemy heroes. Note, hitting one target multiple times with the activated part of Thunderstorm will reduce each of the hits by 25%. Barrel Roll. Falstad's main way of avoiding damage. The barrel roll allows Falstad to dash a short distance in a target direction, which also applies a short damage shield for 2 seconds. Note, this ability can pass over terrain, which will be covered later in this video. Falstad's trait is Tailwind. Avoiding damage for 6 seconds will grant you a 20% movement speed increase, even while in combat. A good way to avoid melee enemy heroes that seek the head of your mighty griffin. As Falstad is always riding his faithful griffin, he doesn't use his mount like other heroes. He has the ability Flight, which allows him to launch himself at a very great distance to target location, allowing him to respond much faster to changes in the battlefield or return to lane after a recall, which is awesome. But please note, the enemies can see your entry path, so it's best to use terrain or brush to mask the telegraph caused from this ability. Falstad's first heroic ability is Aerial Blitzkrieg. After a short charge up of 1.5 seconds, it can then deal a nice chunk of damage to all surrounding enemies and applying a stun for 1.5 seconds. Sounds good, but that 1.5 second cast time can easily beat your death. Be careful when using this ability, as you cannot move while casting. And then there is Shock and Awe, being a skill shot and my personal favourite. Like the mighty Thor, Falstad charges his hammer with lightning and fires it in a target direction with amazing range, doing great amount of damage to all enemies caught in its path. Plus, it just sounds awesome. The 2 talent builds I will be including in this video are what I personally enjoy most, and are not taken as the best for the current meta, as team compositions and maps have a large effect on talent choices from game to game. The first build will be focusing on one thing: pain. I mean dealing damage. You will be trying to burn through your opponent's health pool as fast as you possibly can. So, at level 1, we will be taking Seasoned Marksman. Every 6 enemy minions killed, including mercenaries, adds 1 damage to your basic attacks. Hero takedowns count as 2. At level 4, I like to take Gathering Power, with a passive 8% ability damage increase and a bonus 2% per enemy hero slain, stacking to a maximum of 12%. Making your abilities hit for a whopping 20% extra damage when fully fired up is nothing to scoff at. Any extra stacks gained from enemy kills will be lost upon Falstaff's death. Level 7, Boomerang. Pressing Q while your hammer is in flight causes it to detonate for an extra AoE damage. For the heroic ability, it's the mighty Shock and Awe. With great range and travelling through terrain, the damage from this ability can bring the downfall of many enemies from the safety of Fog of War. Using this on fleeing enemies is a great way to confirm kills for your team. At 13, we take Giant Killer. Your basic attacks will be dealing an extra 1.5% damage, equal to your target's maximum health. Then it's level 16, Overdrive, increasing ability power by 25% and mana cost by 40% for 5 seconds. With your level 4 talent choice, pushing your ability's power upwards of 45%. Top that with a fairly short cooldown, this is a very fun talent. And finally, at 20, it's Blast of Awe, doubling the range of your already impressive heroic ability, increasing its damage by 25%. With playing smart and avoiding death, combined with your other talent choices, you will be pushing your Shock and Awe to be dealing 70% extra damage. The second talent build is more aimed at map objectives and assisting your team with lane pushing and clearing enemy wave pushes. Has a more general use feel to it. Level 1, it's Updraft, an extra 20% range on your barrel roll ability, helping with retreat and getting over various terrain, or to close the gap from a fleeing enemy to get that last hit needed for the kill. At level 4, it's Stormhammer. Basic attacks will be dealing an extra 50% damage to a single nearby target, is very helpful for minion waves and killing various creatures for map objectives. Level 7, I like Fly Away, reducing the cooldown of your flight ability by 15 seconds. So good at helping you be where you need to be when you need to be there. Very helpful when reacting to enemy teams trying to split push. Heroic ability is still Shock and Awe. It's just too cool not to take. 13, it's Lightning Storm, making your passive from Thunderstorm strike 2 targets each time it triggers. It again is great to focus on clearing minion waves. At 16, we take Afterburner, having a 75% movement increase after using your barrel roll ability for 3 seconds. Can get you out of some pretty hairy situations. And finally, at 20, it's a choice of 2. Fury of the Storm is a must-take if facing an enemy team that has been lane pushing pretty hard. Enemy heroes who summon extra minions, for example, the extra minions help them push lanes, and being able to do extra AoE can help a lot in defending against this. If you are looking for even more extra mobility, Bolt of the Storm is great, again, for getting out of hairy situations. So, this wraps up this spotlight video for Falstad. I hope you enjoyed it, and it has helped you understand this lightning-powered dwarf a little better. If you have any tricks or ways you like to play him, I'd love to hear about it in the comments below. And there will be full gameplay videos on my channel who wish to see this hero in action. Don't forget to like and subscribe for future videos. And as always, good luck, have fun.